Hello again, my friends. It's the afternoon today, instead of the morning. And I'm actually getting ready to head in and do my janitorial with a pit stop at the store. Ice water, because it's pretty warm out. Today we're going to continue the first impression series with Pease Maltese Falcon. This is one that I've actually been super stoked about, and I really hope it lives up to how I've been building it up in my head. So, without further ado, initial can crack. Nice little pop to that. All right. Woo. Wow. Nice. That is a nice looking blend right there. Nice cut. Oh, and a really smoky smell. I don't even have to put my nose up there. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a distinct smoky smell. It's not the same as the fire cured whatever that was. Fire cured Virginias maybe, or Kentucky. Anyway, if you remember when I did the Old Dark Fire by Mac Barron, I told you it had a real like campfire type smoky presence to it. This is not like that. This is the smoky like you would get off of smoked meat, but real thick. I'm actually really intrigued by that. All right, and today I'm going to be smoking it once again in my Rat Rays Distillery Collection 106 Sandblast. Beautiful piece of work right there. Beautiful piece of work. All right, let's pack her up. It's not real moist, but not too dry. I really like the consistency. So, oh, that smells good. That smells real good. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Oh, just off the test draw, you get that smokiness coming in. Now, if I remember right, I got this because I got this because it says that it is a Cyprian Latakia. Generous quantities of Cyprian Latakia blended with matured red Virginias, exotic Orientals, and just a little bright flue cured leaf to offer a deep, full-bodied yet silky smoke with an intriguing sweetness enhanced by a discreet and mysterious spice. Maltese Falcon possesses an exquisite balance, a wonderful all-day English-style mixture. So I was very interested in trying it out. Like I said, I've built this up a lot in my head. Let's see what is when you light, huh? Hmm. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting indeed. Hmm. Hmm. This has got a much, much thicker, smoky flavor to it than the last one, which I believe was Mississippi Mud. Has a much thicker, smoky flavor to it. Oh, and the texture of the smoke is fantastic. It's thick and it's velvety. Mmm. That smokiness really gets enhanced during the retro. Already turning a nice white little ash. Okay, now it's starting to balance out a little bit. Starting to get a little bit of hay into it. That smokiness to it. It's actually reminiscent of mesquite, of kind of a combination of mesquite and hickory wood. I mean, it's literally like a meat smoker, which I like. Hmm. Bit of hay that's more in the background than in the fore, but it's very distinct. Something else there that I can't put my finger on either. Right behind the hay is just a little bit of earth. Not much, just a little bit. I'll have to explore that a little bit. Anyway, I will come back to you through the magic of editing here in about a second and a half And we'll go over this after I bring this thing down to about the last third, maybe last quarter, and we'll go over my thoughts on it in a bit more detail. I'll see you then. And we're back. So I'm actually at about just barely past the halfway mark. Now, some of the things I'm probably going to say are could be construed as negative. They're on the negative side, but not really negative in themselves. That smokiness persists throughout the bowl, and actually is getting stronger as I go down through the bowl. The body on this, I would say, would be medium full, right between those two. It's got a decent body on it. You still have some of that hay in there in the background, some earth, and I can't tell whether that spice that I'm getting, some puffs it's like nutmeg, and some puffs it's more like ginger. It's a little weird. Intriguing, only because I can't quite nail it down. But it's weird because it's like some puffs it's this, some puffs it's that, and doesn't know where to land, you know. But this is really heavy on that like mesquite hickory type smoke, right? The smoke on it, nice and thick and velvety. I don't have anything bad to say about the smoke. The strength of that smoky flavor and how that strength increases, that flavor strength increases throughout the bowl. Not the greatest in my estimation, but not the worst either. You know what I'm saying? Now this is honestly some stuff that you don't have to burn hot at all, okay? The lastability on this has been fantastic. I'm down to, like I said, I just barely passed up the halfway mark. I've been smoking on this for half an hour. There ain't no problems. The lastability on this is great. And when you start smoking it a little bit hotter, because I wanted to see if some of the other flavors would kind of come into the foreground a little bit if I smoked it hotter, right? Particularly that spice, because I'm really trying to nail that down. But it didn't. Just the smokiness got thicker and thicker and thicker. So I backed it back off, cooled it off, went back to it, but I've been smoking it for about a half an hour, and I'm only at the halfway point, okay? So that brings it up a step in my estimation. The strength of the smoke flavor brings it down a part of a step. These are all my opinions. The retro is actually pretty good. I haven't really gotten any tongue bite. Even when I was starting to smoke it hot. Nope, no tongue bite. That's another point for it. I can see where this would definitely have its place. Outdoor activities comes to mind. Anything outdoors. Working outdoors, playing outdoors, whatever. But the room note. The room note, I would honestly call heavy. Okay? Just a heavy feeling to the room note, as well as a very thick, very distinct scent to it. Not the greatest scent. There's no sourness to the room note, but it is a super, super smoky room note to it that is heavy and thick. And it also attaches itself very thoroughly to your clothing. So for those of you who don't like that, smoke this outdoors. Maybe that's why it kind of strikes me as more of an outdoors type thing. But that room note is heavy, man. Heavy, heavy, heavy. I stepped out of the truck, ran into the store real quick, grabbed the rags I was after, came back out. I had both of my windows in this truck open the whole time I was in there. Came back out, still a heavy, thick scent to the truck. So bear that in mind if you're going to be smoking this. If you're going to do it inside, you're going to have that super thick, super heavy, and smoky room note that will be extraordinarily pungent, and it will stay a good long time. Huh. That ain't bad. All in all, I would say I'd give this a 3.5 out of 5. Or a 7 out of 10, if you want to go that route. Maybe that's what I should start doing. Do everything 1 to 10 instead of half shit. Okay, we'll do 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is a 7. So above average, so to speak, above the center line, but only a couple of steps, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It is good. And if I still like it by the time I get to the end of this 2-ounce tin I've got, yep. If I still like it by the time I hit the bottom of this 2-ounce tin, I'll order me some more. I don't have a problem with it. You know, I can't honestly see a real problem with it outside of the room note. And that could certainly potentially become an issue, especially with a wife like mine that doesn't necessarily like the idea of pipe smoke anyway. Well, any smoke at all. So, 7 out of 10 is my initial rating for GLP's Maltese Falcon. And we'll see how I feel by the end of the tin. What it'll boil down to is not just my rating on it, but the real upshot of it is, do I think well enough of a particular blend to go and order more? To me, that's the bottom line. Do I like the blend well enough to order more of it by the end of the first 10. We shall see. But right now, it ain't bad. It'd be a hell of a all-day time killer type thing, you know? Not bad at all. So, that being said, love y'all. Peace. I'm out.